Hey, how you doing? We are at the Trading Post Coffee Roastery today, and we've got our Sage home espresso machine here, and I'm going to show you how to brew up the Ethiopia Gotiti, our next single origin, on the Sage home espresso machine. Let's go. From the start, we're going to check out some of the settings that we've got going on the Sage machine today. On the grind size setting, we are currently on the number 10. I've found that it tends to work between 9 and the 11 number. On here, depending on your kitchen, you might find if you're in a warm kitchen, you might need to make it a bit finer. If you're in a particularly humid kitchen, that might also cause changes in the burrs in the grinder. But we're in a pretty kind of tepid, normal room temperature up here in the kitchen. So yeah, I've been sticking it about 10 or between 9 and 11. So we're going to use almost all the features on the home espresso machine today. We're going to use the tamper. We're going to set the espresso yield for this coffee also using these two buttons. And we're going to talk a little bit about what it tastes like and yeah, how to kind of maintain your machine and what's not. So from the start, you want to be taking out your portafilter here. Give it a nice little clean with a cloth, ideally a tea towel or something like that. Get in all the corners and crevices. Stick this guy in here. I've gone for a manual dose on this Sage home espresso machine, and it's on notch 4. It might cause different quantities based on the conditions, especially the humidity and temperature in your kitchen. So I'd play around with it a little bit, but you can go from auto to manual quite easily by just pressing on this dial button here. So once your portafilter is where the coffee is collected, you can press the dose button. Now I'm looking for about 17 grams of coffee in here, and I've preset this machine to give me that much on the 4 notch on the manual dial just here. I know that I'm going to be about 17 grams because when I go to tamp, it's going to give me this little smiley face icon here. The lights will go up to about that much. It's like a prediction of how much coffee is in the basket essentially. I love this little feature on the Sage. Push it down, tells you it's perfect. It's a very consistent tamp almost every single time. Very nice. So I'm going to stick my portafilter in here like this. Now I would recommend using scales just to get to the correct espresso yield or wet yield as we call it in the industry. If you don't have particularly good scales, you're going to have to, I guess, eyeball it, or you can have maybe some baking scales or something on the side. Make sure you tare your cup. Try and get the perfect amount, which is for this coffee 36 grams of espresso, and then test it, see if that's roughly what you got. Want to be as close as possible, but you don't have to be too harsh on yourself about getting exact numbers in your espresso recipe. But I'm going to, because I can, because I've got all the scales and the equipment. So stick it under here like this, tare it. Now to set the espresso yield in terms of the volume of water, I'm going to hold down both the single cut button and the double cut button like this until they're flashing. Now this is in like manual operations mode. This is me saying I'm going to set the volume for whichever button it is that I choose for this coffee to be set for, which for this one I'm going to do double cut because I'm making a double espresso. That's just my preference. Your machine, you do it however you want to do it. Nice. Beautiful looking espresso as it comes out. You'll see that the weight on the scales in the cup is going to slowly come up. Now I'm going to press this button again to save the volume. That's what I want when it's about 1 or 2 grams away from my final desired yield. So it goes up to, it's just over 36 grams. It should taste very nice like that. Now, got your lovely espresso in here. Yum yum. This coffee is perfect for the summer. Should have very vibrant lemony notes, some fruity pineapple, and also some mango ice cream. It's proper Zalero vibes, this coffee. I'm going to try it just to make sure. That's delicious. Very nice. Iced or with milk. Like I said, it's very fruity, very zesty. That is our recommended recipe on the Sage home espresso machine for the Ethiopia Gotiti. But it's your machine, so however it is you think it would taste best, I do recommend playing around with your Sage home espresso machine just to see if you can get the flavor profile that you most desire from your coffee. We find that this is most balanced, it's nice and creamy, there's also high acidity and sweetness at the same time. If you have any questions about any of your coffees that you've bought from Trading Post or how to brew them, be sure to contact us and we'll get back to you. But yeah, see you next time for the next single origin.